welcome to my YouTube channel, Dajah Nicole. So in today's video, I will be showing y'all my May reads, so all the books that I read last month and this month, which is the month of June, TBR. So I'm actually going to probably start doing my last month reads plus next or current month TBRs for now on for these type of videos. But yes, I know it's like June 6th, so it's like about to be the end of the first week of June, and I'm now doing this video. Your girl has been busy with school and recording a 24-hour challenge, so a 24-hour reading challenge, which is taking me days to do, and I just been so busy with homework and I just didn't have time to do this video. So I'm going to do this video for you guys and edit it tonight and post it tomorrow. But I'm going to show y'all all the books that I have read in the month of May. I also read one book on my Kindle as well, so I will be showing y'all that and telling y'all what books that book I read on my Kindle. And in this month I do want to read, I'm currently reading one book for my 24-hour challenge, like the end of it on my Kindle, and I want to read like 2 more books on my Kindle, so hopefully I can do that. But before I start today's video, besties, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification so every time I post a video you will be notified. If you have read any of these books or want to read any of these books, just let me know that you have read them, or you all also want to read them this month or some point this year. Also let me know what is your reading goal for the year 2024, and if you have any book recommendations, just let me know down in the comments. And before I start today's video, my Goodreads link will be like in the description box down below, but my username will be somewhere on the screen, and then all my social medias will be in the description box down below, so you can follow my personal Insta and TikTok. So my personal Instagram and TikTok, my podcast Instagram and TikTok, and my business Instagram and TikTok, plus the link to my podcast and business will all be in the link down below in the description box down below. So yeah, besties, but before we start today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and the bell notification so every time I post another video you will be notified. And I'm gonna like give y'all like a updated like sub count that I have, because I have gotten more views on my channel and new subscribers. So I have at this moment 962 subscribers, which I'm like so happy. And once I hit 1,000, I do want to give a giveaway, so I don't know of what, and it might be like in August or September though, so just letting you know that. But let me know down in the comments what y'all want me to give away, and I will ask in the comments, well, not comments, but on Instagram sooner, later, probably next month or August, around when I'm almost hitting 1K or once I hit 1K. But yeah, but if you want to see, I have like 962 subscribers. But let's just get into this video. I'm gonna go to my Goodreads so I can let y'all know exactly what I rate each book, and let's just get into today's video, besties. So if my Goodreads can like okay, so these are all the books that I have read in the month of May. So this is 4 books, but I read 5 books because I read 1 book on my Kindle. So we're actually going to go to the book that's on my Kindle first, because my Kindle is on top, and I'm going to tell y'all what book that is and what I gave the rating. So let me like go to that. So the book that I read that's on my Kindle. It's called, I want to see if I can like go to the cover, like, so I'm not going to like put it, like, I'm not going to show y'all because I don't want to like restart the whole book, but I'm going to put like a picture of the cover here on this screen. So the first book that I read on my Kindle is called Burnout, and the author of that book is Rebecca Jen Shark. So Burnout was like the first book I probably got on my Kindle once I got it, and I read it and I thought that I would not like it, okay, just because I don't know, I felt like it would be like something cliche in a way. But when I tell you I love that book and I could not put down my Kindle once I start reading that book, I loved it. The whole dialogue between the two main characters, the character development, the whole plot, everything that's going on in the book, that just made me go OMG, like, oh my gosh, like, wow, all of that, perfection. So on Goodreads, I rate this book a 5 stars, and I will continue to rate this book a 5 stars. I really like the book, and when I say I could not put down my Kindle, besties, I could not put down my Kindle, okay? So the fact that I thought I would not like it, because I feel like with a lot of books with that type of cover, and it was like an art type, like, I don't know how to explain it, but the style of cover is very like popular within like romance books and all of that, like enemies to lovers type things or friends to lovers. It's just like, I really liked it and I couldn't like put my Kindle down. I even read while going to bed. So my rating is 5 stars, and I will have each and every like book in the description box down below. And if you do have a Kindle, the Kindle has a lot of good books that are like Kindle Unlimited, and that book was Kindle Unlimited. So if you want to read it and you have a Kindle, I recommend getting it because it is Kindle Unlimited. So yeah, now I'm going to like go in order in this next series that I'm about to like tell y'all about, and I was not pleased with the second book of this series. So this book is called Stolen Heir. So I feel like Stolen Heir, just the title, is a very popular title within a lot of books. I have read another book titled Stolen Heir, but that was by my favorite author, Holly Black. So like this book though really disappointed me when I read it. And the reason why I said it disappointed me, because I love Brutal Prince by Sophie Like I really loved Brutal Prince by this author, and this is the Brutal Birthright series, and this book disappointed me. This book was not within my expectations. I gave this book a 3 stars. I almost gave it a 2 stars, but I gave it a 3 stars. And the person I was like, I'm talking to at the moment, and I told him, because I was like reading this book when we was like in the beginning talking stage, and I was like, I'm just mad. I'm mad about this whole book because like it just wasn't my expectation, and it wasn't. I gave it a 3 stars, and if you follow my Instagram, I told you I really had high hopes for this book because of the first book, Brutal Prince, which I gave like a 5 stars. A 5 stars on that book. I gave Brutal Prince a 5 star, but this book right here got 3 stars. Now, there's so many reasons why I gave it a 3 stars, or if I wanted to put it on my personal scale, a 2.5 star. It's because 1, it had a slow beginning. 2, it took forever to really for me to really get into the book. 3, it didn't have a lot of scenes, if you know what I mean, like brutal prints. And my list can go on. I didn't like the character development. I felt like I couldn't connect with the characters, and I couldn't really like the characters because the characters' chemistry, like, okay, Miko, I didn't like his development in the book. I just felt like it wasn't like really speaking to me, so I gave this a 3 stars on Goodreads, but I almost wanted to give this a 2 stars because this book like really disappointed me out of this whole series. And I read the 3rd and 4th book of the series, which I'm about to talk about now. But this book right here disappointed me on a large scale. Okay, besties? Okay. Now, the next book in the series is Savage Lover. Now, I rate this a 4-star rating, and to be honest, I'm so glad that this book really got my hopes high for the next book after this book, because this is the 2nd book out of the Brutal Birthright series, and this is the 3rd book, and this really went back to my expectations, what I was supposed to expect from reading a book from this author. Everything, it had everything that like I wanted. It had a slow beginning, not gonna lie, and I think that's why I gave it a 4 stars out of 5 and then a 5 out of 5 stars. But it was still within my expectations while reading this book, and I'm so glad, because if this wasn't like in my expectations while reading this book, I think I would not have finished this series. So I got like 2 more books in this series I'm gonna read in July though, but if it wasn't like in my expectations, because this was like below my expectations, this book right here was below my expectations, but this book, I love everything. I love everything. It's just, I love the character development, the whole plot, this and that. It was just a slow beginning, but I feel like sometimes some books are slow beginning, but this helped me say like, yeah, let's continue to read this series and see what the other 3 books are about. So yeah, so I got this one. I gave this one a 4 stars out of 5. Now, this book right here. This book, Bloody Heart. I don't know if you can see it, but Bloody Heart. I love this book. I give it a 5 star out of 5 on Goodreads, so I give it 5 stars. And I love how with this book, it didn't have a slow beginning. It just jumped, kind of like it was quick with it, but it really got to the point with the character development, with going to every moment that has happened with both characters. Also, it has a twisted plot, so like it has a really very like twisted, shocking plot around the end of this story of the book. I don't remember what chapter, because I don't really write in my books. I don't know. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of book girly. But it does around like the five couple of last chapters. It has maybe 6, but it has a shocking moments plots, and I'm here for it. I'm really here for it. I hate it that it happened to like the main guy character. Like, oh, like he was mad. Like, of course he would be mad. Like, in that type of situation, someone would be mad. Dante, that's the main character, well, the main male character. Yeah, he would be mad. And if I was a guy and I was in that situation, I would be mad too, because like that's like a huge secret. Like, I can see if like you kept it from your family, but to that person, I'm not gonna like say it, but it's just how Simone literally kept a huge secret from her. Not from her, but from him. I'm like, oh, it's too much. But from him, it's like, it's wow. It's shocking, and I could not put this book down after I found out that shocking part around the end of this book. Like a few chapters left from this book, but it was just like, what the heck? Like, oh my gosh, like it was like I had to like put my bookmark in my book while reading this book. And I read this book in my 24-hour challenge. I think I read these two books too. No, I read these two books in my 24-hour challenge. But I just like, yeah. And I'm not gonna tell you what chapters or what chapter it really starts in for the shocking, like, wow. But if you read this book, you know what exactly I'm talking about. But if you haven't read this book, I recommend you to read this book, because it will really get you like on your toes. It will really get you like, stop everything, I need to finish this book, because like, how can she do that to him? And then I felt bad for Dante. I really did. But I gave this book a 5 star out of 5. And yeah. Now the last book that I read in May, which is a very popular book around that time. Around like, this book was actually popular April to May, but it is called Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. So I'm actually planning to read another book of hers, but on my Kindle. And I gave this book a 5 stars, if I'm not mistaken. So like, let me like double check with you guys. But I think I gave this book a 5 stars, but I could be wrong. Yes, so I gave this book a 5 stars. I got this actually from like book of the month. I don't know, like, but yeah, I got this book from like book of the month, and I really love this book. I could not put it down. I love this whole book. Like, I want to probably read it again next month. I feel like, because it is summer, but summer really does not like start until like late June. So I want to probably reread this book. But if I do reread this book, I'm not gonna like let y'all know. I'm not gonna like say like, oh, reading this again, I gave this book like a this and a that. Like, no, I gave it a 5 stars, and I really love this book. I could not put it down. And yeah, by the way, this is not sponsored, by the way, but I got this for free from book of the month. So yeah. Now that was all the books I read in the month of May. Now we're going to do the books that I'm going to read in this month, which is June. So actually right now I am currently reading 1 book on my Kindle, but I want to read 2 books. So the book that I'm currently reading on my Kindle and another book. So I'm going to tell you those 2 books at this moment before I get into my physical TBR for the month of June. So the first book that I want to read, well, I am reading right now, is Things We Left Behind by what's her, Lucy Score. So I read the first 2 books in this series like last year. My library had like both of those books, and I really love Lucy Score books. I just don't like the fact that they are like very long to read. But I am reading Things We Left Behind, so that is the 3rd book and last book. I forgot, hold up, it's the series. I can like look on my Goodreads to let you know exactly what series it is part of. So it is part of the Knockamount series. I could be pronouncing that wrong, but I read the first 2 books like some point last year, and I really loved it, and I really love Lucy Score books, so hopefully I like this book. But so far I actually do like this book, and I have highlighted some things already, and I'm like 15% into the book on page like 92, I think. So that is one book that I'm currently reading on my Kindle. I'll probably start another book tomorrow on my Kindle, but the other book that I want to start on my Kindle is called Bridesmaid for Hire, which is by Megan Quinn. So I got that off of like Amazon, and I was just looking for like books to read for the summer on my Kindle, and it really caught my eye, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna read that book on my Kindle. So those 2 books are what I'm reading in the month of June, and I will have both of those covers because they're on my Kindle here somewhere on the screen. So yeah, that's what I'm reading at the moment, and will read in this month on my Kindle. No, let's get to my physical TBR. So the first book that I am going to read, I was going to read this in my 24-hour challenge, but I think I'm not, because that book is a long book, and I low-key want to just read that book in my 24-hour challenge, and I really like Lucy Score's books, I would say, not book, but I really love her books so far. If there's like any other series by Lucy Score that I should read, or just any books, they don't have to be a series by her, but books, please let me know down in the comments, and I will check them out. But this is, I heard that this book is a good book, but this book is called Divine Rivals. I have heard good things about this book, so I cannot wait to read this probably next week, because I do be reading like 3 books at a time. I can read 2 books from my physical TBR and then 1 book on my Kindle, 2 books on my Kindle and 1 on my physical TBR, 2 books on my Kindle, or 2 books on my, you know, physical TBR. Like, I will read like a lot of books at the same time. That's just me. But I have heard that this book is good. I do want to get the second book, but I probably won't get the second book until I finish with this book. But if you have read this book, please give me your opinions down in the comments. And yeah, the next book, I got this like, what, I think I got this for March book of the month. It was either March or April book of the month, because it was March, because I first joined book of the month February of this year, so it was March. But this is the second book in my physical TBR. So this is A Faith Inked in Blood. I probably have heard good reviews about this book, because this book is actually popular at this moment, or was popular around March to April. But I really like the cover, which kind of like stood out to me when I was like picking a book to have in my book of the month subscription box, and the cover like really like stood out to me. Plus the title, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but it's a goddess, she's like beautiful, you know. But I can't wait to read this book, and when I do read this book, y'all will know. I usually like let y'all know my ratings on Instagram, so just stay tuned for that once I like finish finish. I probably will start this book tomorrow though. Or after I finish my 24-hour challenge. So I have like 11 hours left. So once I finish that, I hopefully can finish that tonight. I want to like, or tomorrow, because it's Friday and I'm not doing anything during the weekend. So some point either Saturday or Sunday I do want to start this book. But yeah. And then the last book that's in my physical TBR list that I want to like read, especially that is summer. Like, look at the cover of this. Ow. But look at the cover of this. And I got this book like last month. So this was book of the month. One of the 6 picks that I can like choose from. So 1 of the 6 books that I can choose from. And this was my pick. But this is The Paradise Problem. I cannot wait to like read this book. I actually did an unboxing of this book on my TikTok and Instagram. I'll have it like somewhere on the screen, but if you want to go watch it, you can like follow me on my TikTok and find it. But I want to really read this book. It's like, it just gives out summer vibes. Like the cover of this book gives summer vibes. So that is something that I will want to read. And it doesn't look like it's a long read. Like, none of these books look like they are a long read. So maybe this one because it's kind of chunky, but like this one doesn't look like a long read. So yeah, besties, so that is it for today's video, besties. I really do hope that you like this video. Like I said, yes, I know this video is kind of too late a little because we're almost done with like the first week of June, and I was supposed to get this like last week, but your girl started her summer classes the last week of May. So I really do hope that you like this video. If you have any book recommendations that you want me to read and check out some point this year, please let me know down in the comments. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you for everyone who has been supporting me. And I'm sorry that I have not been posting. Your girl has been busy, but June will be the month that I will be consistent every single day. Like, this video had to be out tomorrow. Like, I'm telling myself that. But I really do hope that you liked today's video, besties. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really do hope that if you are someone who is looking to read a book that you haven't read, especially this summer, and you're like traveling a lot and you want to like bring a book or bring your Kindle, but add a book to your Kindle and you don't know what to read, I hope that this video helps. And let me know what is on your physical TBR or digital TBR for the month of June. And I love you guys, and don't forget to always follow your goals no matter what. And I love y'all, and I see y'all in the next video. Bye, besties.
Thank you.